Welcome back, sweet friends. It's been a while. Now, as some of you may have noticed, I posted some information on my community post, and I know some of you read it and some of you don't. All is well with Larry and myself. It's just that I decided that I wanted to do real-time decorating. June 21st is summer, so we're not even at summer yet, but I'm gonna start decorating, and I'm gonna decorate in my entry on my bench, my console behind my sofa, and what I've done in my living room. Not a whole lot's changed up for summer. We're very busy yard selling. I do another channel called the Lancaster Thrifter, so I've been busy over there. Go over and watch that if you like that style of videos. I'm going to decorate in a little bit of blue, and some of you have requested and said you missed some of my quilts, so I am bringing out a couple of quilts for the summertime, and I even thought about doing a Sew With Me Wednesday, and going back in my sewing room. If you watched the last video, you know I'm making over my sewing room just for a sewing room, and I'm going to share that with you as we go along. And then I'm going to share some information about my quilts and some of my sewing techniques and stuff like that. So I will still be doing my home decorating here on Rebecca Roar Home, and also sharing some quilt and sewing day with you. And I think I'm going to try to do one weekly. We'll see. But for now, let me go ahead and get started with decorating this area. You can see I left the arches up. This is going to change soon as Mr. Fix-It finishes that Hoosier cabinet. Things are going to change up over here. And this bench will go back in my sewing room, and I'll throw some quilts on it, and I like that. But for now and today, I'm going to decorate this. You can see the arches stay. And then over here, I did leave the basket on the hook. One of you had suggested about painting that hook. I've given it some thought. I just haven't had the time to do it. And since I'm decorating in blue for summer, I'm going to leave the two home interior plates up there. I have a few items that I've thrifted that I'm going to share with you this summer, and I'm excited about those. And anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Now, for my hook back here, along with the basket tray, I have this little ceramic pot with a little jute rope, and I have put some summer flowers, some blueberries, and some daisies in that. Not too many florals, not like I normally do. I'm trying to tone it down a little bit, so let me put those back there. The next item that I have is my aqua jars. I love these. They came out years ago, but I love still bringing them out for spring or summer. And I have several of these, and I'm going to use them for the summer. This was some of the dark greenery that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I just love the color of that. And I'm going to place this vase down in my floor lantern. This next item is a quilt that I thrifted at a yard sale for $1. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's been hand stitched, some machine on the quilt top, but hand stitched overall. It smelled. I dug it out of a tote. I don't know whether it had maybe an animal pet blanket, or it just I come home, I washed it twice, air dried it. It smells nice, but for $1. And this is the log cabin, one type of the log cabin, and this is in a blue, and I'll give you a close-up in just a moment. So this is going on my bench. My next item for this area is just a pillow cover. I have a pillow insert, and I don't like to store so many pillows, so I use pillow covers. This is just in a blue ticking, a summer blue, and this is going on my bench. My next item is a little, what I call a butt basket. I thrifted at a yard sale for $1. I put in some little white daisies. And I just love the style of this basket. And I'm gonna place this on my bench along with my pillow and my quilt. Okay guys, I've got one more item. I picked this up from Vendor Village. It's a small white natural stool, and I paid $9.99. Put this over here by the bench, and I would like to find a live plant to go on it. For now, I'm gonna put this plant on there until I get my other one done. Okay guys, as simple as it may be, here is my bench area. I have my lantern with some dark green and my aqua vase. I have my blue quilt, ticking pillow, and my thrifted basket. Over here, the little $10 plant stand with the plant on it, and I'm gonna get a different one because that one's going in my kitchen for summer. Not much has changed up there. I am getting a little tired of the arches, and I'm really ready for a change. And then the little blue plates, along with the berries and the daisies, summertime. And my plant, plenty of light there for a plant coming through the door there. And then this is my thrifted quilt that I just fell in love with. Okay, next let's move over to my console behind my sofa. Over here guys is my console table. When you come in the door, it's one of the first things you see. It sits behind my sofa because my sofa sits out in the open area, and I've got an open concept with my entry, living room, dining room, and even my kitchen is open. But this is just going to be very, very simple today. Pillow covers in like a muted green check, and I think that's just summer looking, light, airy, and those are going to go in the basket. And nothing's going in the other basket. Sometimes I use that for storage for items that I might be working on, and I drop in there and then I pick them back up. And then I just need to decorate the top here. As simple as it is, guys, that is it. A crock with some of the cosmos. I love those flowers. I could put them in every vase and just call it a day. I just love those. I'll give you a close-up of them in a minute. I got them from Hobby Lobby, but I just love them, and just simple farmhouse style summer decorating is what I've done today. So let's move on in my living room. Okay, welcome to my living room. I'm gonna leave that wall art up there. I got that from Hobby Lobby. I love how it looks. I think it's gonna take me all the way through the fall, and I just love that print, and I just love the colors on it. It just is my colors in my living room. I did want to change out my drapes, but I haven't done that. But for now, if you remember, I put those little paper towel cut up 2-inch and put between the drapes, and it keeps them sort of lined up and not just everywhere. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to decorate my mantle. In this, I have this vase that I got from Hobby Lobby, and those are some stems, 4 stems that I also got from Hobby Lobby. The only thing, let me put this up here. The only problem with that, guys, is I told my husband that my pot on the vessel, my vase, on the mantle. Looks like it has pigtails. Now he actually thought I was talking about a pig's tail. No, a hairdo called pigtails. So you guys let me know, pigtails or no pigtails. I think it looks a little funny. It looks like it has pigtails. Next item I have is 2 books. I got these at Hobby Lobby. Love the colors. It goes with my wall art. And I thrifted this little brass candle holder. I love it. This is a real candle. I burned the tip just to make it look authentic. And I'm going to place these up by the vase. Next item going up on my mantle is just this little grapevine type of wreath. Actually, it looks like twigs, but I want something to just stay as neutral and natural as I can for the summertime. So I'm going to put this up on the right-hand side of my mantle. My next 2 items are some vessels that I got from Hobby Lobby years ago. I still love them. They will remain in my home probably the rest of my life. I just love them. I love the style of them. I love the color of them. And they're going up on my mantle. The next 2 items that I'm decorating with is a brass candle holder that I thrifted. Very heavy. I love it. It's got a little patina on it, just a little. And this is a battery operated candle that I love sitting over there on my skinny bench. So I'm going to add this quilt along with this light. As you can see, I've taken the 2 striped chairs out. My husband is wanting this recliner back in the living room, so I agreed to it. One is in the bedroom, one is going in the sewing room, and this has come out, so I'm setting up a little place for him to be comfortable. He has done something to his shoulder and his arm. He has a hard time sitting on the sofa, but he's very comfortable in this chair, so we have brought this chair back out for him. Now over here, I left this table. I'll show you a close-up of it in a minute. I put this lamp back on here so that if my husband's doing any reading or needs some light, he can easily reach that light. But I do have a little throw lap blanket. He doesn't like a full blanket over him, just generally over his legs sometimes. So I'm going to put this little quilt. Now I didn't make this one, I thrifted it. And I thrifted it for $10. I'll show you a full length of it. Just a little lap quilt. And I like the blues in it for summer. So I am going to fold this and put this on this chair just for him. And I'll show you a close-up of everything as soon as I get it all decorated. Oh, and by the way, his grandfather made this table. It's dated with his name on it underneath the drawer, and it's dated 1942. And we have enjoyed having this in our home for so many years. This next item is a basket that I got at a yard sale. I went back to the yard sale this year and found the same lady. So she told me a little more about the basket and who actually made it. And they made them, let's see, I think they made them and sold them in Bardstown. And anyway, it was a handmade basket. And I'll put her name, if I can find it, I'll put her name up on the screen. And I just put a couple of lumbar pillows with floral covers on them for the summertime. And I'm going to set this by my husband's chair. If he needs a pillow, there's one ready for him to grab. One other thing I have for this area, something to go on the little table that his grandfather made, is this vase that I thrifted. Now, if some of you have been on the Magnolia website, Joanna Gaines is doing some of these etched brass vases on her site at $24. I think it's $24 for the small one and maybe $28 for the large one. I found this at a yard sale for $1. I cleaned it up just a little. I sort of like the patina on it, but it really had some bad spots. So as it patinas, that'll be fine, but cleaned it up just a little. I have a couple of little summer daisies, and I'm going to place this over on that table. So that definitely is a Joanna Gaines inspired item that I thrifted, and I'm happy to find that. To add to the summer ambiance, I have a blue and white blanket for my sofa. Sometimes I do have it a little cool and like to throw something over my legs here on the sofa. So I'm going to add that. And I also have these blue ticking covers for my down feather pillows. And I would love to get some more, but for right now, that's all that I have. I have those linked in my Amazon storefront. And if I mention anything like that, you can go find it in the description link and look on there. And some of the items that I use are in there. So anyway, this is going on my sofa for the summertime. Now I want to decorate the bottom of my fireplace. And for summer, I do have the birchwood logs back in there. We clean it up, we put the logs in. But I do have a couple of risers sitting there, and I want some of my live plants for summer. And I love enjoying sitting over here on the sofa looking at my plants as they grow, and I'm going to place the plants in there. Now moving over to my TV stand, I went ahead and decorated so the video won't be so long for you guys, but not a whole lot has changed. The vases that I had up on my mantle, I moved over there. I have wires that really need to be covered, and I'm always trying to hide them, but I did place a tray over there with some other little vases, a little bit of greenery, the clock that I thrifted from a yard sale, and I just love that color of clock. And then just a couple of things down on the shelf, but I'll give you a close-up of everything that I've talked about today.